There's a 54-year-old assistant principal named Dr. Mable Richardson sitting at her kitchen table early in the morning before the house fully wakes up. Her coffee is still hot, her laptop is open, and she just logged into her retirement account. The number on the screen doesn't match the life she's lived. Only 19K saved after over 2 decades in K12 education. She leans back in her chair for a moment, not because she's tired, but because she's trying to process how this happened. Dr. Richardson knows she will have a pension when she retires. She's done the years, she's put in the work, and that pension will be there. But she also lives in the Seattle area, which is very expensive to live, and deep down she knows the truth, that her pension alone may not be enough to truly survive, let alone live comfortably. And that realization hits differently when you're in your mid-50s. She's done everything she was told to do. She showed up every day, supported students, led staff, handled crises, and gave her energy to the work. But when it comes to her own financial future, it feels like she's starting from scratch. And in that quiet moment, she asks herself a question that thousands of K12 educators over 40 are asking right now. Is it too late for me? Let me say this clearly. It's not too late, but it will require a different way of thinking. Hello, I'm the digital avatar of Dr. Joseph Williams III, a full-time middle school principal who works near Seattle, Washington. He created me to share practical AI strategies and real-world investing insights for K12 educators who are over 40 and who are playing catch-up with their savings and investments. And just a quick note, Dr. Williams is a K12 educator sharing his own personal insights and experiences. He is not a licensed financial advisor, so always consult a financial professional before making any decisions. Let's get real about where you are right now. If you're in your mid-40s, 50s, or even approaching 60 and your retirement account doesn't reflect the years you put in, that doesn't mean you failed. It means you were never taught how to play the right game. Most K12 educators were trained to serve, not to build wealth, and there's a big difference between the two. This is where many people get stuck because they start searching for a quick fix. They look for the perfect stock, the perfect strategy, or some kind of shortcut that can make up for lost time. But the truth is simple and uncomfortable at the same time. There is no shortcut. As Alex Hormozi, a very successful entrepreneur, teaches, success is not built on hacks. It's built on doing the right things over and over again for a long period of time. One of the most powerful ideas you can take from Hormozi's philosophy is this: the goal is not the result, the goal is becoming the person who gets the result. That shift alone can change your entire financial future, because right now most people are focused only on the outcome. They're thinking about the $1 million, the retirement number, or how far behind they feel. But the real transformation happens when you stop chasing the number and start building your new identity. Instead of saying, I need $1 million, you begin to say, I am someone who invests every single month no matter what. Your new identity removes emotion from the process and replaces it with discipline, and discipline is what actually creates long-term wealth. This is where everything changes, and this is where most people fall off. Because most people are not actually committed to the process. They're emotionally attached to the outcome. They say they're serious, but what they really mean is, I'll do this for 90 days and see what happens, or maybe 120 days if they're disciplined. But when the results don't come fast enough, they slow down, they question the plan, and eventually they stop. But that's not true commitment. That's just testing. Real commitment sounds different. It says, I'm going to do this for the next 10 years, no matter what. It doesn't matter if the market is up or down. It doesn't matter if progress feels slow. It doesn't matter if nobody else notices. The decision has already been made. Now, to be clear, there is value in vision. As Stephen Covey teaches, you should absolutely begin with the end in mind. You should have a clear picture of what you want your life to look like, what financial freedom means to you, and where you're ultimately trying to go. But here's where most people get it wrong. They start with the end in mind, and then they stay focused on the end, and that's where frustration begins. Because while vision gives you direction, it's not what actually creates your results. This is where Alex Hormozi brings a different level of clarity. You don't focus on the outcome, you focus on the daily, sometimes boring, monotonous habits that will ultimately get you to your goal. That's the work, that's the game. And here's the discipline most people don't have. You don't set a timeline for when it's supposed to happen. You don't say, I need to hit this number in 2 years or else. You remove that pressure completely. Instead, you commit to the process and you trust that the outcome will happen exactly when it's supposed to happen. Maybe it's 2 years. Maybe it's 4 or 10 years, but it will happen because of one reason: you stayed consistent. This is what high performers understand. They don't attach their effort to short-term results. They attach it to a long-term standard that they set. They show up because that's who they are, not because they're getting immediate feedback. And here's the key. When you commit to 10 years, every single day starts to matter. Every decision counts, every deposit counts, every moment of discipline compounds. You're no longer asking, is this working? You're saying, this is who I am and this is what I do. And this is the mindset shift that changes everything. You must be able to tell yourself at the end of every single day that you were committed to your process, not your outcome, your process. The outcome will come when it's supposed to come, but you're not focused on that one bit. You're focused on executing your process every single day. So every day your question to yourself becomes very simple. Did I execute? Did I invest today? Did I stay disciplined? Did I follow through on what I said I was going to do today? Because if you can say yes to that every single day, then you're already winning, even if the results haven't shown up yet. And over time, those days stack, those habits compound, and that process eventually delivers the outcome you desire. The strategy that works is not exciting, and that's exactly why most people ignore it and eventually give up and quit. It's simple, repeatable, and honestly, a little boring. You invest consistently into index funds, you take advantage of your retirement accounts like a 403b or a 457b, and you automate your contributions so the decision is already made before you even think about it. Then you repeat that process over and over again, month after month and year after year. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. The numbers move slowly and the progress doesn't feel dramatic enough. But underneath that surface, something much more important is happening. You are becoming consistent and disciplined. And consistency is where the real power is built. Instead of thinking about catching up, think in terms of reps, 120 of them, one for each month over the next 10 years. Every investment is a monthly rep. Every disciplined decision is a rep. Every time you stay committed when it would be easier to quit, that's a rep. That's how transformation actually happens. Not in one big moment, but in hundreds of small ones stacked over time. And those reps don't just grow your account, they build your identity. Now let's go back to Dr. Mable Richardson. Fast forward 5 years, she's now closer to 60, but she's a totally different person. She didn't find a secret investment or stumble into sudden wealth. Instead, she just totally committed to her process and she stayed consistent over time. Now her investment account has grown, but more importantly, her confidence has grown. She understands what she's doing and she absolutely trusts her system. She feels in control, and that shift from anxiety to confidence is life-changing. Let me be clear, if you're living and breathing, then the next 10 years are going to pass no matter what. Time is not the issue. The issue is whether you commit. Too many people spend years thinking about starting, but the people who win don't wait. They show up consistently over and over again. They don't restart every January, and they don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline and consistency. And here's where this becomes even more powerful. This isn't just about saving money, it's about expanding your capacity. While you're investing consistently, you can also increase your income through AI tools, content creation, and new opportunities that didn't even exist before. That's how you accelerate. That's how you go from catching up to actually getting ahead. Dr. Richardson made a commitment, not a 30-day or 90-day commitment. She made a 10-year commitment. And at 54, she drew a clear line in her mind that by age 64, her life would look completely different. She began with the end in mind, and she can see it. Financial stability, peace, options, freedom. But she also understands something deeper now. She's not chasing that vision every day. She's building toward it. So she shifts her focus and she commits to her process. And every month she will save and invest her money, no matter what. Every opportunity she gets, she will learn, grow, and increase her income. Every day she will act in alignment with the person she is becoming. And at the end of each day, she asks herself one question. Did I execute my process today? Not, did I reach the outcome? Not, am I there yet? Only, did I execute? Because she understands now the outcome will come when it's supposed to come. Not on her timeline, but on the timeline of consistency, discipline, and compounding. And whether it takes 2 years, 4 years, or the full 10, she knows she's on the right path to financial freedom. Finally, if this message resonated with you, it's because it reflects a reality that many K12 educators are living right now. This channel is here to help you move from uncertainty to clarity and from inconsistency to discipline. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with another K12 educator who needs to hear this message. And if you're ready to take control of your future, build your brand, and create new opportunities using AI, then visit my Stand store today. Because AI is here to stay, and technology and innovation are undefeated. Let me help you amplify your authentic voice, scale your presence, and build your brand with your own AI avatar for free. See you in the next video.